What is up, boys? My name is Berate, and 2xKO just came out this week. For the majority of players, 2xKO will be their very first fighting game, especially if they're coming from games like League of Legends or Valorant. While there are some gaming etiquette things that do carry over, there are a lot of things that are exclusive to the fighting game community. So that's what this video is for. This video is to educate all of you new FGC people on what to do and what not to do when you're playing a fighting game. Let's get into it. Rule number 1 is skip your intros. I guarantee you, if you've been playing the game for more than 20 minutes, you have seen every single character's intro, and I hate to break it to you, they're not going to change the more you look at them. They're just an animation that you have to watch, and if you don't skip them, you're forcing your opponent to just sit through a movie when they want to just play the video game. It's fine if you need to grab a snack or something or take in a drink of water, but the second that you are able, skip your intros. Nobody wants to watch that. Rule number 2 of the fighting game community is sort of similar to rule number 1 in terms of time wasting, but this is don't use unnecessary supers. Now, by all means, if you need to end your combo with a super animation to kill your opponent, absolutely go for it, win the game. However, if your opponent is 1 HP and they do a move that's punishable on block, and instead of just hitting them with a jab to finish them off and go next, you hit them with a 30-second long super, that's just disrespectful and you're just wasting everyone's time. I guarantee you I have seen this super over 100 times in my time playing the game. I don't need to see it for the 101st time. Number 3 is don't rage quit a set. If you are playing a casual match or even a ranked match with someone and you get your cheeks beaten in, don't run away after the first match. Give yourself time to download the strategy, give yourself time to actually adapt, don't just immediately run away. Not only is it a waste of your opponent's time and a massive disrespect to them, it also makes it so that you stunt your own improvement because you don't give yourself a chance to learn and adapt and counter any strategies that were beating you before. If the ranked set is best of 3, play the best of 3. If the casual set is best of 3, play the best of 3. If your opponent wants to go for more, go for more. Just don't leave after the first match. At least give them the best of 3. An addendum to that rule is if you do have to leave the set early, do say it in chat. Riot Games lobbies do have a chat feature where you can say, hey, sorry for leaving early, I have to do XYZ. I gotta go get my clothes out of the laundry, etc. That is of course acceptable, IRL over games always. Rule number 5 of the FGC is an addendum to rule number 4. You are allowed to leave after the first set if your opponent's Wi-Fi is bad. If the game is lagging so much that it is absolutely unplayable, it is your opponent's fault for not spending $20 on Amazon to get an Ethernet cable and play on McDonald's Wi-Fi instead. That's on them, feel free to leave. Rule number 6 of the FGC is do not teabag or unnecessarily taunt unless you feel like you want the smoke from the other player. Teabagging in any fighting game is a very good way to get your opponent extremely mad at you, have them sit up and try their absolute hardest to beat you. And unless you want that, or unless your opponent is playing really annoying and you beat them, just avoid the teabagging. It's not worth it. Next rule of fighting games is there are answers to everything in fighting games. Outside of bug abuse and glitches and uncounterable strategies like Cyrax from MK1, for example, there are answers to everything in fighting games. You just need to hit the lab more. Complaining that someone is crutching top 5, or complaining that someone is using a broken strategy, or complaining that someone is quote spamming is not a viable excuse. You just need to hit the lab more. And definitely don't go out of your way to clip them on Twitter and send any unnecessary crusading towards them, because it's not worth it. You just suck. The next unwritten rule of fighting games is no one is obligated to go easy on you. Now, in most other games, when you are introducing a new player to the game, oftentimes you are going to go easy on them. Fighting game etiquette is the exact opposite. A more experienced player will beat the absolute brakes off you when you first install the game, And that is kind of just what you have to deal with, because that is what you're going to have to deal with if you go into an online match. So if you're playing with your friend that's better than you, I guarantee you they will be able to give you any tips that you may need, tell you how to counter the strategies that they're doing, tell you what options you have to set up your own offense. But that doesn't mean that they're required to go easy on you or to nerf themselves in any way. That's just an unrealistic expectation from anyone in the fighting game space. The next unwritten rule of the fighting game community is AFK. If you think that your opponent is AFK, there are two ways to handle it. If it's a casual match, you just stay there and wait for them to come back. It's casual, you don't want to be hitting your opponent in casual. However, this does not go for ranked. If this is a ranked match, your opponent is expected to be present, and if they are not present, just take your free win and take your free points and leave. Anyways, that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe. This is a little bit of a shorter video. This isn't necessarily a guide. This is more just to help the newcomers to the fighting games not get flamed when they're playing. So with all that being said, this has been Berate, and remember to brush your teeth today, because I know I haven't. Bye-bye.